There we go. It is ended. Southampton 1, Arsenal 0. We're very, very happy.
Yeah,
Really impressed with that, actually. I thought that was the best we've played, certainly in the first half and the beginning of the second half, for a long time. So,
absolutely.
yeah, great performance. Really good performance. I can see, Jack, you're looking very relaxed, very happy. Was it ever in doubt? Was there ever a moment? I think that maybe those last 20 minutes were a little bit.
The last 20 minutes were really, really stressful, and it wasn't so much because Arsenal were playing well. It's just what history shows us,
Right.
and what I know always what can happen with the Saints, where we play really, really well defensively, and we concede out of nowhere, they just get a lucky goal. When you're playing against players like Saka, Pepe, we got Willian on the pitch. We got those sort of players on the pitch. They're just lucky enough to get goals. So
Right.
they were attacking, but every time they attacked and it came to the finishing thing, they were terrible. They were some of the passing that
Free kick.
I actually shed a tear from crying at that short corner when Shaka just
I know.
blasted it to nowhere. It's like, it's more funny like against like the fact that Arsenal didn't do anything. If it was a stronger team, if it was a Liverpool or a United, I think we probably would have been a little bit punished in that last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Not
it's
Liverpool. They're not scoring.
well, yeah, that's a good point. But if Liverpool had the chances that Arsenal sort of had there, those sort of things, I think we might have been punishable. But in general, it was a brilliant defensive performance. It was
Hmm.
like we said when we came out second half. The fact that we were on them straight away. It's like, oh, we never do. Usually, it's the other way around for us, where it takes us the first 15 minutes and we tend to control the last 20, maybe. But it was sort of the opposite today. So it was great. I mean, the way to look at it is that we've just knocked the cup holders out of the cup. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really great. This is Arsenal's competitions. Like we even said before the game. This cup is themed to Arsenal. It's the Emirates Cup. It's the Emirates Cup this year, and they're
Absolutely.
out. And they're out. We knocked them out with a really, really impressive performance, and everyone did their job. There's some things that we can probably nibble and gribble about going forwards a little bit in our play in the final third and our passing and our decision making in that final third can something we'll probably have to look at. But we beat Arsenal 1-0. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup, and it's good time. And throughout the game, like I said, I got a text from multiple people saying how good Southampton look.
Yeah.
Non-Southampton fans texting me saying, "Wow, Southampton look good, don't they?"
And it's one of those things, really. I mean, welcome to everyone in the chat section, by the way. Be sure to smash that thumbs up button wherever you may be watching from, and be sure to stick in the comment section your thoughts on the game, and we'll get onto those very, very shortly. But onto your point about how good we looked, was it the fact that we were so good or Arsenal were so bad, though? Because I do feel, especially in the first half, Arsenal were incredibly flat looking and they didn't look like threatening at all. And we had a lot more chances. It certainly felt like we had a lot more chances to score in the first half than we did the second half.
Yeah.
I mean,
As soon as we saw that team selection from Arsenal, me and you, our hopes both went, "Oh, actually,
oh, hello.
this is definitely our sort of game to get something out of it." And they sort of proved us right. This is how Arsenal have been playing all season: flat, boring, everyone missing their touches. So we and then occasionally they have those games where they just get lucky, and that's always the worry, and that's why in that last 20 minutes it's like, oh, they could just get a goal because that's what happens with Arsenal.
Yeah.
But we didn't. We blocked them out. We shut them down. The biggest chance they had was when Ward-Prowse saved it off the line, but that was offside. So
Right.
there was not a lot going on for them. But defensively, we looked. We've just, all season defensively we've been really, really good. Apart from the first few opening part of the season, but as soon as we've hit the form, what's been amazing with us is our defense. Like anybody who tries to argue that back four isn't one of the best in the league right now,
Yeah.
anybody who comes at me and says Ryan Bertrand isn't good enough is an idiot. They just are. Like, how can you watch Ryan Bertrand in that game and be like, "Yo, he just doesn't do a job. He just doesn't do anything." It's like he goes forward, he attacks, he's got great defensively, always got a good, always his pass. When was the last time you saw him put a stray pass in?
No,
You just don't. You just
Yeah.
don't see it. Our passing is so good.
I mean, there have been times where you looked at Ryan Bertrand and thought he's looked incredibly leggy, maybe gassed out a bit as the game progresses on. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
But
I
that
mean,
goes to more to the fact that he starts every week. When like he like I don't know how many games he must have started this season, but I can't think of a game in the league where he hasn't started if it isn't due to a little knock.
yeah,
He's
in
I
the room.
think I think that back four is just fantastic.
So,
Walker, obviously, we both said that Kyle Walker Peters had a hell of a game today, one of his best games for us.
yeah, Walker Peters had a great game. I just commented on this. Brilliant win for the Saints. It is a brilliant win. Standard. It's just Arsenal.
Just Arsenal, mate. It's easy, easy guys. It's not an R team, is it? It's not.
Absolutely. We held on to a lead unlike we did against you boys. But no, Kyle Walker Peters, great game. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't think anyone had a particularly bad game at all from us. I mean, if someone had a quiet game, you could argue it was maybe Danny Ings. But
If you had to put, a gun to my head and say who played the worst today, I'd probably say the front two.
right, yeah,
There was just
that's not a
Danny.
good by the way. Scene, say whatever you like.
Let's if we're being honest, the only flaw I thought we had in the game is the final third, and it was more down to when Danny or Shay got the ball and they hold it up, and they just don't seem to know what to do once they've held the ball up. They just both of them seem that have their decision making seems to be about 3 or 4 seconds too slow in a part of the pitch where your decision making has to be lightning quick.
I think that's to Arsenal and how they set up, though. I think Arteta really set them up so that he knew that when we go on the break, we tend to flood the box, so he needs plenty of players back there, which probably led to the fact that they weren't able to create many chances because they were permanently conscious of the fact that when we have the ball, we tend to push forward and flood the penalty area. So maybe to our credit,
that is to our credit, and you are right there. But when you think of the goals that we've scored in the past couple of weeks in open play, they've sort of been the balls over the top. Even that ball that Danny was offside barely, but that chance he had was over the top. And it just seems that if you leave it to them to finish that run of play at the end there, it seems like they just pass it about too much, make the wrong decision. There was when just before Shea came off, he had the ball and he had two players to the left of him. He had Walcott coming into to the right of him, and instead he just ran it into trouble. And Walcott tried to pick it up,
right?
But he couldn't. But if he would have just have knocked that ball to Walcott or knocked it, it would have been a bit. It would have been a bit of play. But we just seem to be those two just need to get their decision making a bit more. Just a bit more fiery.
Yeah, go on here.
Adams needs a goal. Put it this way, Adam needs a goal.
Yeah, Shadams definitely needs to go. I mean, whilst talking about strikers from FF Duo here, I think Shane Long was really poor again. Ings didn't really offer a lot going forward, but his sharpness in midfield area helped us a lot. Kyle Walker Peters, worldy performance. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. I think, the contribution that Shane Long did is we nearly got a penalty.
Yeah.
And whilst we were going on to this subject, the officials had a shocker today.
The officials were terrible. Like really, this is a really good game for a league to look at and be like, this is what the refs are doing wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
Everything.
Bertrand could have been sent off today.
Yeah.
Had they done their job properly.
This is how you know we're being unbiased here. Is that we are here saying Bertrand probably should have been sent off today.
Right.
He probably should have been sent off today. We should have had a penalty. There was loads of challenges for both sides of players coming to the back, to a point where all the players around went, "Oh well, that was a free kick," and been like, "Oh, is it not a free kick?" And I don't know if that's because there's been too many light free kicks in the league, and we've seen and the ref just wasn't playing for that today. But that just goes to show the inconsistency in these refs who don't seem to know the rules of the games that they're playing.
Yeah,
and I just don't understand it. When I watch Bundesliga, this doesn't happen. If I watch Serie A, this doesn't happen. Like, can we start importing referees, please?
It was a shock. I mean, the thing that baffled me the most was the fact that sorry, I'm moving these comments around as well. Shout out for Dialo's accent again. That decision that they decided not to give a penalty, I'm not even sure if they even looked at it, but they should have said in his ear, "Oh, by the way, it's definitely a goal kick," and that's the stupid thing of it. I mean, they're clearly having a conversation where
don't give a penalty, give a free kick, give a corner.
Unless the people on VAR were looking at that and thinking like, Oh, no, I reckon Rob Holding got the ball. Yeah, I reckon he definitely kicked it. Yeah, I can see it. It's like, don't be daft. We can all see it. It's like,
It's that funny thing of like, punditry. Like we've been saying, like I don't like watching normal punditry now because I'd rather watch fan channels and then watch people, get into it. It's almost to a point now. It's like, can I have these fan channels run VAR, please? Can I have
yeah,
unbiased fan channels run VAR? Because I think we like
we would have sent our own
we
player.
we we would like you wouldn't get sick to do it, but like we like everyone seems to be ahead of every referee, and I agree with I can't remember the last time someone said to me we were watching a game and someone said penalty and I was like, and it wasn't given, and I disagreed with them. It's like, no, these refs just don't know what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
I would love it if there was like one or two like Bundesliga referees that watch these games and be like, I'm going to go to England and I'm just going to show them what they're doing and why they're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it would be good to see those kind of changes. I mean, someone said on the live stream, I think it'd be a good idea to have microphones on the referee.
Microphones on the referee. I still think that I like my idea of managers having be able to be like to call it and be like, no, that you're wrong there, like what they have in the NFL.
The replay.
Looking at it now, like, mate,
How can they not see? He is. She's absolutely right. He is anticipating the contact, so he simply taps the ball just to move out of position. It's like, I mean, if I'm Shane Long, I'm saying, well, it's a corner then. It's a corner then. I just literally throw the ball back to him and say, well, have a goal kick because you're wrong. It's a corner.
yeah,
Sorry. It's a goal kick, rather.
I just don't understand it, and I don't, and they bring out these referees to try and explain it, but is he saying anything of note? Sorry about the dead air, guys. I think they've just got a ref explaining why it was or wasn't a penalty. I don't have the audio, so Mike can tell me.
He needs clear. Sorry, yeah, just went dead air for a while there. He needs clear evidence to change an on-field decision. I understand that. I understand that. But what's more clearer than the fact that you've just seen Shane Long kick the ball out of play?
Like, but you've just seen a player go down in the box after a defender goes into him and he's the last man. Like,
Right.
what more do you need? Like, that is, oh, I'm just going to look at that quickly because there's a good chance I've missed this.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's no reason why I can't say, oh, by the way, it's definitely a goal kick.
Oh, hold on. That looks like it might have been a penalty. I'm just going to double check it just in case anything's like. They should be checking penalty, like every penalty decision. Like this, man, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Moving on anyway. Defense very sound. Yep. Agreed with that. Walcott needs
Absolutely.
to be more clinical with his final ball. Yeah, I think Walcott was maybe when he was in the upfront position, he aside from the goals that he scored, he's not really looked like an out and out striker, and he's not. So it's just a shame he wasn't in switch positions with Danny Ings when they were. He sort of found himself in the middle of the park a lot more, didn't he? So
Yeah, and that's because I think that's more towards the end of the match because of how many players we were dropping back and keeping back, and obviously Danny's a very defensive player.
yeah,
And he comes back and he puts in some big challenges. So going forward, that's why Walcott will track into that position, and that's fine. And he does do a good job there, and he has put some goals in. But it's quite clear that he is more of a. He's got a really good accurate pass on him, but his finishing has been terrible, been really bad. If it's not at the goalkeeper, it's high and wide and out and nowhere close. So,
yeah.
It's almost get to a point where I'd probably rather Armstrong duck into that position because at least he seems to hit the target.
Well, I guess he sort of pushed the ball forward.
Yeah, but
Alf's probably seen something that he just thinks that, you know.
I mean, put it this way, it works. It's worked because we've won the game, but we could just probably be winning these games a little bit more comfortably.
Exactly.
If he was finishing those, but either way, mate, we've beaten Arsenal 1-0. We're through to the next round, and we're going to do the exact same thing on Tuesday.
Mustn't grumble. Welcome with Colt from the United States. Welcome along. It's been a fun few weeks for you guys over there. My goodness. Yes, we are happy. And I think that's one of the weird things. Anyone probably tuning into the show thinking that we haven't won the game the way we're chatting about the contentious decisions. There we go. Oh, one more here on the not clear and obvious error is only implemented to protect the referee so that not more decisions are overturned. Yeah, I can see why they do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And but there we go. It is ended. Southampton 1, Arsenal 0. We are through to the 5th round of the FA Cup where we will be playing Wolves. Are we home for that one or away?
I don't know actually. All I know is we're playing Wolves, and Wolves in current form is a game that I think we should win.
Yeah.
Without Jimenez, I don't think Traore's firing all cylinders. Although I do really rate Silva, their new striker. I just don't think it's working quite as well for him this season as it was last season. Wolves, I think maybe a few too many changes, a bit of the same thing as what Chelsea's going through, where they've made a lot of new people are added to the squad and they've not quite blended into the league properly yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good team to get. But you beat Arsenal, you beat Wolves. That's that's
Good.
a lot of tough teams out of the way in an FA Cup. So
Yeah. Apparently the Wolves game is going to be away.
Away.
Well, I don't mind that. We can win away. It's what we do.
We win everywhere now, apparently, so that's fine. That's fine with me. But this is our third home game on the bounce that we've won. That's another nice little stat.
Another clean sheet for Fraser Forster, who was tested more today, much more, than he was against the current champions of the Premier League. He had a decent game.
But let's talk about his clearances.
Yeah, they were a little bit wayward, but
wayward and very, very low.
Yeah,
like they were.
There was only one. There was only one.
Know, there was a few that There
was a punch out that was a bit dodgy as well.
There's a punch out. A lot of his clearances don't seem to make it very much further than 40 yards.
Yeah,
and that is like if you're playing a team that've got a breakneck midfield or someone who likes to shoot from range, like if he did that against Man City, we'd be stuffed.
Yeah.
If he made one of those clearances and it went straight to De Bruyne like it would, that's why I'm not one for starting Forster in the league yet. But I feel like he should be our FA Cup. He should be our cup goalkeeper.
Yeah. 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 No. Yeah. Why not? They'll just.
That's interesting. Our average formation.
No surprise there. What?
I would not have thought Ward-Prowse is.
I had that back to front.
Yeah, I would.
I had that back to front.
I would have thought that Walcott would be much higher than that, but it just goes to show what we're doing.
Yeah.
And the other good thing I looked from this game was that the addition of more balls over the top and more through balls, purely because I think our sort of one route way of attacking is not being figured out, but we're not the very best at it, and we're not scoring enough from that way for us to hang every game on it. So those few balls at the top, I'm happy to see, and more shots from outside the box as well. Yeah,
definitely.
More chances. This is just that first half. Lots of chances created.
So with Dialo playing so well, they were just replaying some of his players sort of tracking back and getting the ball back, which is exactly what he's on the pitch to do. Do you see Romeo struggling to get back in the starting 11 with him playing so well, or is he not quite? I mean, it's not our decision, of course. It's the decision of Ralph Hasenhüttl, but I don't know. He's looked good.
I think Ralph really likes Dialo. I think the team is definitely playing really well with him. But I still think Romeo is he's the sturdier guy, and he does the job that Diallo does, but he just does it a little bit better. Not to say Diallo's not good at it, but Romeo's probably got he's just a bit more sturdy. So I would probably see him changing up now. I would like to see week to week, maybe say if we were playing a Burnley, I'd like to see a Diallo, but if we're playing a United, I'd probably want to see a Romeo. But it's nice to know that is a position of a pitch where we have an option. That's the only position of the pitch now where we have an option. And at the beginning of the season, that was the only part of the pitch that we were like, we need more options here.
Right.
The bigger worry is if Ward-Prowse if they can't start a game.
Mm. Mm.
But then again, that's the same for if Henderson can't start for Liverpool. If Bruno can't start for United, that's a big hole out of every team if you lose that key player.
It
as
is
much
indeed.
as much as everyone likes to say that Ings is our best player, I'd probably put Ward-Prowse as a more important player than him.
Mm. Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, he's played so many, ridiculous amount of minutes for Southampton, more so than any other player in the league, I think. So
exactly, he is vital.
Yeah, remarkable stuff. Well, I think I'll end it there because we can't, can't say much more positive about today. It's been a great performance, great performance, and like I said,
we'll probably end up talking more about it tonight when we're watching the UFC because we ended up talking a bit about the UFC during the game. So I'm sure we'll talk about the game during the fight. So
I'm sure we will. Yeah, so everyone tune in to us tonight. If you're watching a pay-per-view along with us, then stick us on a little mobile device because we will be staying up nice and late and try and stay as sober as possible whilst trying to keep myself awake. And
we're warning you now, guys. It'll probably be a little bit tipsier, and although we're very buzzing from the game, the buzz sort of tends to wear off about 2:00 in the morning. So we might be a bit.
It's just going to be me asleep in a chair.
That's a good stream.
And you're going to be calling the house phone again. Mike, wake up.
Screaming in your ear.
And I'm waking up to Conor McGregor shouting. I'd like to apologise to absolutely no one.
There's nothing funnier than staying up to 5 in the morning, watching a McGregor fight, only for him to end it in the first round really quickly.
Yeah.
I remember the Aldo fight. I was so tired. I was like, right, I'm ready for a barn burner here. It's like,
yeah.
Right, he knocks him straight out. Right, go to bed.
So there we go. Well, thanks again for everyone who joined us for the live stream. Thanks to everyone who joined us in this post-match. It's been great to catch up with you all. We will, of course, be doing the live stream tonight. We'll be doing the game on Tuesday, so be sure to join us for that if you're not sticking around for the fight action tonight. And 1-0 winners. We're through to the 5th round. It's Wolves up next away. Anything is possible. But thanks again for joining us. Remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. All right. Thanks, everyone. See ya.